All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got an update coming from Capital Games on the Mace Windu rework. You could call it a nerf. CG will definitely not call this a nerf, but I'm going to call it a nerf before release because we've got an adjustment not in Mace's favor that is coming down on the kit that we saw on Friday on the Gridsy session that is now being nerfed. So let's get right into the post and I'll share some of my thoughts on what's going on here. So hello, Holotable Heroes. You may have seen the announcement on Friday that Mace Windu will be reworked with an all-new kit and Omicron ability tiers. We will be posting a kit rework reveal for Mace soon, so stay tuned to the forums. It actually is surprising to me that the only way to know about this Mace rework is to watch YouTube videos or read the screenshots on Reddit. I'm surprised that there's not an actual text from them yet. In the meantime, you can find the kit and an interview with the designer of Mace's rework here. And I'm assuming this is going to take us to the Gridsy session YouTube video. There we go. Yep, Heinz's video right there with the kit information. We also have a few reminders and corrections about the release of Mace's updated kit. First off, the kit that was revealed on Friday had one important change since the preview was recorded. Basic ability, Invisible Assault, deals special damage to target enemy and inflict ability block for 1 turn. That's the same. This attack deals bonus damage equal to 5% of Mace's max health. If Mace is above 50% health, he gains 15% turn meter. That was 50%. If Mace is below 50% health, he recovers health equal to 100% of the damage dealt. The preview last Friday showed 50% turn meter on Mace's basic ability instead of 15% turn meter. Just a balance change that came late in the testing process and was done after the interview. So that's a pretty big change. I imagine, 50% turn meter is quite a lot, especially if it's coming on his basic ability, which could in theory happen because of assisting. I kind of wish they would have changed that instead to, or maybe had it from the beginning, something like if it's his turn, he gets 50%, and if it's an assist, then maybe he gains 15% in lieu of 50%. So I'm not going to consider this a big deal. Personally, the balance changes, especially before release. I would much rather see those balance changes before the release rather than after the release. And so that's always a concern. So anyway, second, a reminder on what will happen to events currently running while the rework goes live. The upgraded level for all character abilities are locked at roster locked. When we return the ability materials for Mace at the time of the rework's release, the resetting of existing abilities to level 1 will not be reflected in any ongoing Territory Wars or GAC. And so this is another thing that is kind of frustrating for me. I really wish that they would time reworks like this to go live before a join phase for Grand Arena and Territory Wars. Now it's probably not that simple for them. So I don't know. I'm not working at CG, but it would be nice if we could have that rework go live and then hit the join button. Maybe have it go live on Monday or something like that. So it's, anyway, that just is what it is. But it's good to have the clarification here that those changes won't be reflected necessarily. Newly added abilities such as Mace's Special 2 and Unique 2 will be at level 1 in these modes, assuming your Mace is at the proper gear level for the ability. Okay? And so Mace is going to be kind of funky in the upcoming GAC. In general, an ability's functionality is not locked with roster lock, only the upgraded level of the ability, which means the new abilities and changes to the current abilities will be live in Territory Wars /GAC immediately once the update with the rework is released at the ability level that it was locked in. For new abilities, it's level 1. Since the ability doesn't exist when a player locks their roster, Or locks are off. Yeah, so basically, if you haven't had a chance to upgrade the ability yet, you're not going to be able to use the ability at its max capacity, but it will still be in there because the code for the game adjusts everything all at once, if that makes sense. So that actually makes sense. For existing abilities, the ability level will remain at whatever level a player locked it in, but the functionality would change based on the updated kit abilities. If that's making your mind bleed a little bit, no worries. Basically, Mace is just going to be a little weird for one GAC, and then we'll be okay. It almost makes me think, like, why not just wait to drop this thing until, like, right at the end of the third phase of GAC so that it isn't that big of a deal. But I don't know. Have it go live, like, right when the join phase starts. Anyway. Third, this rework will also impact enemy Mace windows in Conquest and Galactic Challenges. That's notable. This unit references the player obtainable version in these modes, and you will face Mace Windu with his new kit. All right. Mace Windu's kit rework is scheduled for this week's release, but as always, timelines are subject to change. Oh, Heinzie, where are you? If we run into any issues, see on the holotables. So I appreciate this transparency here. So that this week's release, typically that ends up being Wednesdays, right? Wednesdays at 3:15 Pacific, if I remember right, or maybe it's Thursday. Somebody will have to let me know in the comments when they generally drop those. But that's really important information. So once we see exactly when that will be, make sure that you're cognizant of that on when you decide to attack in GAC or in territory wars, etc., just to be aware of, how Mace is going to function if you want to take advantage of it, or if you don't, just be aware that that is what is going to take place. So, by and large, still really excited about this rework. I think this is anytime they take a character that we all already have pretty much unlocked, geared up. In this case, most people probably have Mace Relic if you've gone for JMK or you're going for JMK. It's just a gift to the community. This kind of sucks that they're changing this. It feels like a nerf, but they haven't dropped it in the game yet. They haven't even made a forum post about it, so I don't think it's really that huge of a deal. They just had some balance changes that they needed to make on the kit there, and that's just kind of understandable to happen. So it's a good thing that they let us know. So I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. We will be live later today. Give me a few hours before we jump back into things, and we will be continuing that daily Galaxy of Heroes grind. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much, Cubs fam. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and as always, my brothers, don't forget.